What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about rapper Big Boi from the group Outkast, the legendary group Outkast. Well, apparently he filed for divorce from his wife of 20 years, but there's also some things are being put out about this divorce that has people confused, and we're going to get into that. But I want to talk about something that I've been talking about in a lot of these different videos, okay? You know, marriage of today just is not that important. It really isn't. It isn't because you see celebrities getting divorces. People love to talk about, well, Jay, you talk about these celebrities getting divorces. You know, it can happen to anybody, or these celebrities are rich. Why should we care? Well, because a celebrity marriage that lasts for 20 years, if it ends, it's no different than a marriage of a regular couple that's not a famous couple. When they divorce after about 20 years or so, it shows you that marriage is just meaningless. Without a strong community, you have no strong marriage. This is why it's easier now to divorce people than it was years ago, okay? Now, let's go back to Big Boi for a second. Big Boi actually, his wife actually tried to divorce him in 2013, and he basically was like, listen, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not giving you nothing. She wanted support, plus she wanted full custody, and he wasn't going to do that. So now we've gotten to the point to where they have officially, well, he's officially filed, and they have ended the marriage. I'm going to say this and I'm going to say it again. Without a strong community, you do not have a strong marriage. This is why you're seeing marriages like this fall apart. People, now, they've been separated for a little while, but this isn't the only marriage that was together, that two people that were together for a long, extended amount of time that failed, right? Again, because you really don't have a strong community. There's no reason to be married anymore. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of it. Marriage for what? You know? Marriage for what? And that's where we've gotten to with this. Now, we're going to look at, I got a couple of them articles here, but I'm going to read the one from TMZ directly. It says, Outkast Big Boi is divorced from Charlita Patton, officially bringing their 20 years of marriage to a close. Legal documents obtained by TMZ show the court entered the final divorce decree last month, making this a pretty quick dissolution. Big Boi just filed for divorce in April. In his filing, he said there was no reasonable hope of reconciliation between Charlita and him, noting they'd already separated and were living apart. The two agreed to a post-nuptial agreement in 2016 in which they divided up their assets and debts, and more recently agreed to a confidential settlement to tie up loose ends. The exes also agreed to keep details of their finances private. I saw an article from a couple of years ago that said that Big Boi had a net worth of $50 million. I don't know what his net worth is now. I know that, you know, I don't think he's ever wanted for money. Financially, I think he's in great shape. But when it comes to divorce, it seems like whatever happened years ago when she was trying to divorce him, obviously they were able to get back together and come up with a post-nuptial agreement, not a prenuptial agreement, a post-nuptial agreement where they agreed to divide up things and keep everything confidential. He probably gave her a nice sum of money. I'm assuming that he gave her a nice sum of money for her to basically quietly go away. I guess because the kids have gotten older. His son is off to Oregon. You know, it was different than it was in 2013. Now, you know, kids older. No reason for her to, you know, pursue that as far as, you know, support for children. But whatever he gave her must have been good for her to quietly just let this dissolve. And he go and do the final, I'm going to go ahead and file. We tried to make it work. It's not going to work. All right. Both parties are looking to avoid any mudslinging. As part of the divorce, they agreed neither would make And now here is the weird part that has people confused, okay? So we neither would make threats of injury, maltreating, inappropriate touching, harassment, harming, or abusing in any way, shape, or form. Now, I have never seen anything like this. And when I said harming, what I mean is the molest part. And that's, I've done several of these particular topics. I've never seen anything like this where they put into writing that we will not make threats, we will not mudsling, we will not talk about any injuries or maltreating, harassing, or harming, abusing in any way, shape, or form. So basically, they put together an agreement that you won't put my dirt out there, I won't put your dirt out there, which is fine, right? But I looked at some of the reactions from one of the blog posts that was sent to me, and there were a lot of people that were confused. There were a lot of people that did not understand why that would be put there. Like, why do you put that in writing publicly to have to state that? You know, you two should be able to say to yourselves, listen, we're not going to put out anything. Now, I highly doubt that Big Boi would do any type of mudslinging towards her randomly. I don't think he would do that. Now, her, on the other hand, I think he probably wanted to put it in writing so that, you know, she doesn't go off and say certain things, because there was a situation that happened years ago where his wife, back in 2013, when she first filed for divorce, she went public and said that she found somebody's pictures in his phone. And y'all can go and Google it. I'm not about to sit here and go into that. You know, I still got respect for Big Boi and Outkast and all that. Y'all can go look up exactly what I'm talking about. But I heard about this right when I saw this story, and I had to go and look it up. And I'm like, yeah, she did do that. She said she found someone's pictures in his phone. This is back in 2013. That's when she was looking to divorce him that first time, and they worked through that. So I could see why Big Boi has wanted to put this type of clause into their agreement, which is why I believe he paid her a nice sum of money to walk away from the marriage. Just so whatever information doesn't get put out there, because it was embarrassing then. And I'm sure that if she got upset and went public, it would be embarrassing now. As we reported, Charlita filed for divorce from the rapper way back in 2013, demanding financial support and full custody. Big Boi responded she wasn't getting anything without a fight, but the couple reconciled. We talked to Big Boi back in 2014 after divorce was called off, a move for which he gave God all the credit and even had some advice for other couples in troubled waters. Well, it looked like it wasn't able to save his marriage. Still ended up getting a divorce. But I will say this, man. A lot of you are going to do whatever you want to do. Now, I consider myself somebody that has built resources for himself that if I was to get married, I would want to protect those. So my way of protecting myself is to not get married. Or if I do get married to a woman that has way more than I have. But it's beyond that. To me, I don't think anybody should need a contract to marry anybody. Why should I sign a contract with the government to marry the woman that I'm with? I'm just not a big fan of that. I'm very different. And nowadays, once again, we don't have a strong community. We don't have a strong community anymore. And because we don't have strong communities, how are these marriages going to last? That's why it's easy for people to end, marriages after 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Because there's no reason for it. And once, let's say you're raising children, once those children get older, there's really no reason, because Big Boi wants to be with other women. She may want to be with other men. So naturally, especially nowadays with social media, it's so easy to meet other people. It's so easy to get caught up. And a lot of guys just say, why do you even bother? Why don't I just be a bachelor again? Now you got some of these guys who may have grown up into married households. They want to be what their parents were. That's why you see guys get married 2, 3, 4 times. They keep getting married because they want to have what they had growing up, and it's ingrained in them. But when you come from broken homes, marriage is not that ingrained in you, right? But you may still want to try it. You may think that marriage solidifies you, and it does. In the entertainment industry, I do think that marriage solidifies a lot of people, especially a lot of men. There are a lot of men out here who have gotten a lot of opportunities in their careers in corporate America or in Hollywood. As far as marketing is concerned, they got a lot of opportunities due to being married. But if you don't even need those opportunities, you want to focus on yourself, go and do that. You don't need marriage for that. You really don't. So I would say good luck to them both. It seems like everything is on good terms so far, but now this is public. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.